I know you've played in the ACC, so you've been in a lot of hostile venues throughout your career. You went into another one, UCF's inaugural Big 12 game at Kansas State. What did you take away from that experience, and what do you hope the rest of your teammates kind of learn from that game?
I think the biggest thing I took away from that game is going on the road, all you have is you and your teammates and the staff. I think we went in there and, kind of got lost in the fight, really. Came out, I think their first couple buckets, the crowd got loud. I think we kind of just lost our composure. And that's just, it's something new that we faced. Obviously, first game in the Big 12 in the conference, but really first road game. I know we played Miami early, but we kind of held in there with them. But this first game against Kansas State, I think we lost our composure, and that's not really us.
What do you know about this Kansas team? Obviously, coming in here on Wednesday, the number 2 ranked team in the country. What stands out to you about this team?
All I know, watching film, they just play well together. They're a good team, gel team. They play well together. They play inside. They got a couple shooters on their team. We definitely got to beat them off the boards too.
Obviously, rough result, but how are you guys prepping, and how are you guys intense in practice, knowing that you have this big game coming to your home arena?
I think every game that we played better in, our practices leading up to it was good. I think preparation for Kansas State, I don't think we, were mentally locked in. I think, we were kind of complacent coming off wins, and that's something we just got to get out of. And that's a mindset, that Coach Dawkins and the staff is trying to preach to us. We can't be complacent coming off wins. We got to, be more hungry to get wins against whoever we're playing against.
You kind of echoed Coach when you talked about what you learned from that first Big 12 game, right? You didn't have the composure you needed, but he talked about this team, even having lost, still having the belief that, as you look at the roadmap of Big 12 opponents that you're going to face, you can still compete, you can still win. Can you just elaborate on that, the type of belief that this locker room has and what they can do?
I think the belief that, Coach tries to instill in us is, it's just one game. No matter how much you lose by 50 or you lose by 1, it's just one loss on your record. People not really going to go look back at the stats or the score of the game, and that doesn't really, affect us in any way. No matter what happens, at the end of the day, it's just one loss. So he telling us, just move forward from it, learn from it, and just get better.
There were a couple plays in the game where the ball was just sailing out of bounds, missed shots after missed shots. What is going through your guys' mind in that situation, and what is Coach telling you to regroup?
Once again, it's just, loss of composure. We got to think as one, be as one. And, when the ball's sailing out of bounds, off turnovers, whatever, missed shots, whatever it may be, once again, that's just a sign that's us showing you guys that we're not locked in and then being as one.
What do you think it's going to mean to this team to be able to play Kansas? One of those teams that's been in college basketball, blue blood, they're number 2 in the nation. Is that pretty cool that you guys get to, show what you could do against one of the top teams nationally?
Yeah, it is pretty cool, but once again, Coach Dawkins, one thing that he preaches is, it's not about the name on the front of the jersey. When we get out there, rankings don't matter. It's me versus you, my matchup versus you, and team versus team. So we're not really worried about ranking who you are, where you come from, any of that. We're playing 5-on-5, us versus you.
What will it mean to have a full house here Wednesday night of UCF fans supporting you guys out there?
It'll mean a lot, really. Hopefully come out with a big win. And then, from now on, UCF fans and students will come back, come out. And now we're also getting back from break, too, so games, those Christmas games, there wasn't a lot of people. Not too many people. I know students was home and everything, but, definitely, hopefully, a lot more people will come out.
Your team's identity is defense. How important is that going to be going into Kansas?
It'll definitely mean a lot. Defense didn't travel to Kansas State. So it'll definitely mean a lot, moving forward. We gotta, have it travel to every single game. I think we was ranked high defensively nationally. I think we was 3 or 4 at one point. So we gotta kind of, keep that consistency on the defensive end.
What more do you know about Kansas as the different matchups? I know you kind of spoke about them earlier. There's some particular players you're going to be keying in on. What else kind of stands out about the Jayhawk team?
I think Hunter is probably one of the biggest, matchups we gotta focus in on. Our bigs do a great job guarding, whoever we've been up against. So we're definitely gonna give them help on that, like we always do. They give us help with the guards and everything. So definitely gonna give them help with Hunter.
You mentioned this earlier about not paying attention to the name on the front of the jersey. I mean, how it's easy to say that, but how difficult can that be sometimes not to get caught up with the idea of you're playing the number 2 team in the country, and this is a team that's won a national championship a couple of years ago. How difficult is that to kind of put that out of your mind when you're doing that?
Definitely, it's definitely tough because growing up, you used to watch all these teams on TV, Duke, Kansas, Kentucky, all them. But growing up and maturing, you realize the name on the jersey is just a name on the jersey. Because when I step on the court, you know, we're on the court. I'm not really looking at you as this big star. You know, I got to try and beat you now. So it's not really name on the jersey who you really are. It's, you know, about me and my team. It's about us.
Coach said that you guys went down early, and then you guys just felt like you were fighting an uphill battle the entire game. How important is it going to be to try to get off to a good start next game?
Yeah, fighting from behind is definitely tough against anybody, especially in college basketball. You know, we definitely got to just find our groove early. I think we allow teams, you know, kind of punch us in the mouth first and then try to fight back, and that's just something that we got to get out of, and that's just the identity part.
All set? All right. Thanks, guys.
Please, DeMarr.
Thank you, guys.